You people are always so damn aggressive, just pushing your way to the front. Don't you know there's a line? Or do the rules just not apply to your kind? You ever have one of those mornings where you wake up and the world just feels right, every little thing in its place? Yeah, that was me. Sunlight streaming through our kitchen window, a rare day off, Lena across from me laughing at some silly meme. Just soaking in the simple stuff that makes all the other chaos feel small. 15 years married, and her laugh's still my favorite sound. I'm the chief of police in this city, so a quiet morning in civilian clothes, just me and my wife, feels like a lottery win. You know what I mean? So we're there at our favorite coffee shop, just being regular people, not Chief and Mrs. Important. Just two folks, two mugs, no drama. I'm about halfway through my first coffee when this woman shows up. One of those people who makes you brace for impact the second you see him. Bleach blonde, pink pants that look like they're losing a fight with her hips, tight white shirt stretched thin, and a face locked in permanent lemon suck mode. She's a walking stereotype, like someone cast her out of a 90s sitcom to ruin my Tuesday. What sets her off? Lena, who, mind you, moves like a ballet dancer, gets up to grab a straw. That's it. I'm watching from my table, just sipping, and all of a sudden this lady, let's call her Barb, decides Lena has aggressively pushed her way to the front. My wife, the woman who says excuse me when she bumps into a sofa, looks totally confused. Barb goes, "You people are always so damn aggressive, pushing your way in." And there it was. That phrase, "you people." Man, it's like somebody flipping off the safety. Every head in the shop turns. Lena just stares at her, arms folded, voice low and dangerous. My people? And which people would that be, exactly? People who like straws. A few people snicker. I swear Barb's face, when a color you only see on cartoon villains. Then she doubles down, calls Lena a ghetto princess, accuses us of thinking we own the place, gestures toward me like I'm her bodyguard, not her husband. I watch it play out, thinking, let's see how deep she wants to dig this hole. Lena handles it like a queen, laughs, brushes Barb off with a, "Honey, the only thing ghetto here is your attitude." Turns her back and walks away, just smooth as ever. I'm proud as hell. You think that'd be the end, but Barb just can't stand being ignored. As Lena walks by, Barb does the unthinkable, leans in and spits right into Lena's iced latte. The room goes dead silent. I'm up out of my chair so fast it squeaks across the tile. Lena's just standing there, staring at her drink in shock. My training kicks in. Everything else fades except Lena, the cup, and this woman who just crossed a line you do not cross. I gently take the cup from Lena, set it down, guide her to sit. I'm calm outside. Inside. Volcano. I turn to Barb. She's got this smug, twisted smile like she just won the Powerball. I say, quiet as a knife in the dark, "Ma'am, I suggest you apologize to my wife. Right now. Everyone's watching." She laughs, actually laughs, and starts talking about how she's the victim. Apologize for what? For teaching her manners? She assaulted me. This is the level of delusion we're dealing with. I lay it out. You spat in her drink. That's assault. In this state, that's a Class A misdemeanor. You could go to jail. She stiffens, then starts shouting about me, threatening her. Now she's pointing at my chest, getting the crowd involved, amping it up. I keep my voice steady. I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you the law. There's security cameras right above your head. Her eyes flick to the dome on the ceiling, and for the first time I see fear. But she's not done. Oh no, Barb's not done. She pulls out her phone, screaming, "I'm calling the police. I'm being harassed by a violent thug." She puts it on speaker. 911 rings out in the silent shop. The dispatcher asks for details. Barb's voice goes full drama. He's huge, black, aggressive, has his hand in his jacket. I think he's got a weapon. My hand is just hanging at my side. But that lie, that word, she's playing for keeps, trying to get me killed, and she doesn't even know who I am. Lena's face says it all. Rage, worry, disbelief. A couple minutes later, here come the sirens. 2 patrol cars out front, blue and red strobes lighting up the windows. 2 young officers burst in. Tim, nervous energy, and Jane, sharp, by the book. They're looking for a big, dangerous black man. And guess who fits the description? Barb launches into tears, points at me. That's him. Tim's got his hand near his gun, asks me to put my hands up. I do. I comply. Jane interviews Barb, Tim cuffs me right there, pat down in front of everyone. Lena watching with horror. It's humiliating, and I let it happen. I need to see how my officers handle it when they don't know who's watching. Meanwhile, the guy in the business suit, who saw everything, tries to speak up. Jane shuts him down. Classic rookie mistake. Confirmation bias, fitting the scene to the call instead of doing the job. I finally speak up, ask them to check the cameras, and talk to witnesses. They're hesitant. Lena's had enough. She stands up and tears into them. You're arresting my husband? What's wrong with you? That's when I drop the mask. Tim, what's your badge number? I ask. He stammers. Jane. I turn to her. They look at me like I'm crazy. You might want to check my ID. She pulls it out, sees the badge, Chief of Police. The air goes out of the room. Silence. Tim goes pale. Jane just stands there, frozen. It's a beautiful moment. If you like your justice served ice cold. Now the whole vibe shifts. Tim's fumbling to get the cuffs off me, apologizing. Jane is mortified. Barb is screaming. She's the victim. How dare we? I calmly tell Jane to start taking real statements from everyone in the room and Tim to go pull the video. I tell Barb, you have the right to remain silent. She's under arrest for assault and for filing a false police report. Jane, now red-faced, takes her into custody, and Barb absolutely loses it. She screams, fights the cuffs, blames everyone but herself. The patrons in the shop? Some are clapping, some just shaking their heads, but everyone knows what really happened. When we review the footage, it's all there. Lena's calm, Barb's aggression, the spit, the 911 call, me standing still, no threat. Black and white. Jane and Tim realize just how bad they screwed up. I order them to file reports with every detail and schedule them for a long educational session with me. Barb gets booked. Her husband, Arthur, city councilman and king of the local Good OL boy network, storms into the station. He tries to throw his weight around until he finds out who I am and what his wife did. He threatens, blusters, but he's got nothing. Of course, Arthur goes to war. He uses his connections to try to get me fired, spins the story to the press, a sweet grandmother victimized by a power-hungry police chief. The headlines turn ugly. Social media lights up with hate. Lena starts getting threats at work. It's brutal. I'm being investigated by internal affairs, can't release the video, and the lies spreading faster than the truth. But see, here's the thing. They thought they could scare us into silence, but they underestimated how stubborn I am. While I'm being grilled by IA, I start digging, off the books. Arthur's got skeletons, trust me. I pull in some old favors, start connecting the dots, shady land deals, campaign donations, a little LLC registered to his wife. Classic small city corruption. I don't go to the feds, not yet. I want him to know I brought him down. When I finally confront Arthur, I give him a choice. Make this all go away, apologize publicly, withdraw your complaints, or I send a file to the FBI that will make Watergate look like a parking ticket. Next day, the hit piece gets retracted, the complaint disappears, and Barb pleads guilty to assault and felony false report. Judge sentences her to community service, racial sensitivity training, a big fine, and a permanent restraining order. Arthur's political career is ashes. Barb's now serving soup to people she once looked down on, and Lena and I finally get our peace back. But the city changes too. That coffee shop, it's a happier place these days. Tim and Jane become examples for every rookie, how not to let bias blind you. The scandal, the trial, it all becomes legend, and maybe, just maybe, people start to think twice before pulling the same old tricks. Sometimes, you've got to fight like hell for what's right, and sometimes all it takes to flip the script is refusing to back down. Even when the whole world tries to shove you into a box. You can't control what happens to you, but you sure as hell can control how you respond. And sometimes, the sweetest justice is just sitting back, sipping your coffee, and letting the world watch. So now I want to hear from you. What would you have done? Was justice served, or did the system go too easy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because in a world full of Barbs and Arthurs, we all have to decide. Do we just take it, or do we fight back?